This is Series 2, Episode 21. Today is the 15th of October 2022. Now it's been almost 5 months since my last YouTube video, and there's good reason for that. The market's been absolutely brutal, so there were no real trades to announce. But in my last video, 5 months ago, I talked about some bullish price action in the markets, and that was absolutely correct. If you watch that video, you'll see that within a few weeks after that video, a lot of stocks did rally. But this is the stock market, right? So sometimes they rally, sometimes they decline. And I was correct in my analysis, and I did quite well on some of those stocks actually. But since then, the market has been absolutely brutal, so there's been no real trades. However, I see a diamond in the rough. I see a really nice setup here, guys, which I want to talk about. So if you're interested in my analysis, please continue watching this video. Here is my disclaimer. Everything I talk about in this video is for informational purposes only. If you decide to take action upon that information, that is your decision. You are responsible for all of your trading decisions. So on the screen, you can see this company, Immunovant Inc. Ticker symbol, top left hand corner here, IMVT. Well, this is a biotech company, and I see a lot of money moving into biotech at the moment. No idea why, I don't care, I just trade what I see. And I see a very nice technical setup here. So I'm going to start talking about the bigger picture first of all, and then we'll look at the technical analysis. So this is where price used to be, right? Right at the top here, and then we have this very steep decline. So you may look at this and think, what is he talking about? That's not tradable. That's a disastrous looking stock. And yes, it is, looking at this chart. I've never heard of it, never paid any attention to this company, but I see something very interesting developing, and that is what I'm going to show you now. So let me go away from this bigger time frame and show you the shorter time frames now, and then I can explain in more detail what I'm seeing. I'm really hoping my regular subscribers can see this now. So I've come down to the daily chart. You see here, interval 1 day. So each one of these bars represents 1 day's worth of price action. And what do we see here? Well, if we look at the beginning of October, mid-October, and we look to the right hand side here, we're at 5, and then we would go to 10 in a very short space of time. So what's this? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. On the 6th day we make a high point. So that's important. So we'll just draw that in there. And then you can see these little wicks here. So those look like levels of support. So we just draw another line there. And just draw this all, line this all out. Doesn't need to be perfect. And then draw that down like that. So that is, to me, a high tight flag. So for those that are new to the channel, this is what I'm trying to explain. Think about a flag. When you look at, you go on the street, you see a flag, right? So here's your flag pole, and then you have a flag, an actual flag at the top of the flag pole. Well, in trading, this is a very powerful price pattern. And it's rare, it's hard to find. So what you need to see a price movement of 100% in a very short space of time. I think it's 8 weeks. So to be valid, so a 100% price movement within 8 weeks, which you've seen here, in a week basically, and then you want to see price consolidating in a very tight formation before the next potential move up. So a textbook flag, that's what this appears to be, to me anyway. We want to see, for this to be valid, we want to see a breakout of this high point here. We want to see price breaking out of that high by 10 cents, and that is a valid high tight flag breakout. And those kinds of trades can move very fast. Do they always work? Absolutely not. Nothing does in trading. But when I see these, I get really excited because they're really, when they take off, they can often produce extremely fast profits. So as a bare minimum, guys, just get this on your watch list. If you're not interested in trading at the moment, I don't blame you. But if you see price up at this high point, that would be a really key area to see what happens. Because if this breaks, I honestly think it's got a lot of potential to move very quickly. But I also want to show you one more thing, a slightly earlier entry, so let me go into that detail now. So we have the same flag formation, but I'm using a different chart, same time frame, 1 day per bar, so intervals 1 day. I'm just going to do this, so I'm going to take this line tool and do this, because we're sort of getting these touch points, one there, almost touching there, another one there, and then just draw another one across there. This tool's a bit of a funny one. There we go. So, and then if I potentially do a vertical line here so you can see the flagpole again. So I hope I'm making this clear for you. I deliberately use Yahoo Finance so that you can follow. So this is your flagpole, very, very strong move up. We're consolidating, it's getting tighter and tighter. What you might see is price getting really tight, and then it's like a coiled spring and breaks. So now, again guys, this is not advice, I'm just showing you before this trade takes place. You could, hypothetically, take an entry point as price breaks through this line here. Definitely more risky, and that's not how the textbook flag pattern is supposed to be traded. You're supposed to wait for the top of the flag to be broken. So I'm just saying, you can watch this for yourself, see what happens. It might start coiling and then break out, because it's, like I said, like a coiled spring, and because it's a high type flag, it's a high probability setup. But if you were to get in on this trade, and I'm not saying you should, if you were to do it, always remember your money management rules and your stop loss. Potentially, I would not want to be, if I saw price at $8, I'm out. I'd have to take the hit, because that's a 20. If this was at $10 and drops down to 8, that's a 20% drop. That's a huge risk. So you have to remember your risk reward. But these flag patterns, high type flag patterns, when you see them and they break out, they can often provide very, very fast rewards. So I'm getting it on your radar. At the bare minimum, guys, you might just want to put this on your watch list and see if I'm correct. But I reiterate it again, the true breakout would be a break of this high up here. This entry here is a more aggressive breakout entry if you see price, breaking this trend line here. So there it is, guys. If you like this kind of analysis and you like what I'm doing on this channel, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment. I'm not doing many of these videos anymore because YouTube doesn't pay me to do it. I just enjoy doing it. So when I see these setups, I do announce them just for people to learn and maybe watch. And if you gain some more confidence in this type of stuff, you might want to do this yourselves. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you soon. Thank you for listening.